On March 11th, 2019, Path of Exile announced a new stash tab to be added, the Unique tab. This allows you to store and showcase one copy of every Unique in-game. When I read that, I knew what I had to do. I've set off to obtain every Unique in-game in the solo self-found game mode, filling the Unique stash tab completely. This shit will take a long ass time and won't be easy, but I'm always down for a grind. I'm Mathew Lighty, and this is All for One.
Did you do that one more time, Death? Uh-huh. Oh shit, hold on, I didn't have it. 1 second.
Oh my god.
Do it one more time.
Hey guys, Mathew Lighty here. Welcome to today's episode of All for One. Yo!
Yeah, say the episode number.
Episode number 169.
That's
157.
157.
157. I was off by less than I expected.
Alright, hey guys, I'm Mathew Lighty. This is episode 157 of All for One, the quest for unique completion. And this is the coming from the end of Sanctum into the standard merge. And then we will not be seeing any footage of Crucible because this is coming out before Crucible. But next league is Crucible. We do have a little word from not our sponsors, our little jelly friend in the jar next to us. I need somebody to voice that small jelly creature inside the pot.
Like over here, or do you want me to be over here, or do you want me?
That was Kermit, but here, just read the about section of Ice Tea Aesthetics. There you go. Well,
Premium anime clothing.
oh god! All right, never mind. Ice Tea Aesthetic. It's premium anime clothing, streetwear, dark aesthetic, yada yada. Newest stuff's been dropping. They're currently doing a buy two get one free sale on a lot of their content. But you can also use the promo code Lighty10 for 10% off orders, Lighty20 for 20% off orders of 2 or more. I'm personally very fond of the current embroidery collection. A lot of nice embroidery things, including this Pachita Chainsaw Man one, the Subtle Khan Chainsaw Man one. They've got some generic things for the moms and the ladies out there, or just fans of cherry blossoms. Supporting it supports me, and it's pretty good stuff. Their denim jackets are actually not shit. I got one. I was surprised because I was like, denim jacket. Maybe it's not going to be the greatest. It's pretty fucking solid. Can't complain. Anyway, back to the video. So yeah, end of Sanctum, merging into Standard. We're going to go over a lot of stuff there. Hope you enjoy, and I'll catch you at the end for some recap and plans towards the next league. This man is inside some sort of platform. I am but a humble bongle farmer with my blight dongle bongling away. So as the Sanctum League comes to an end, we obviously still don't have our staff in our 110 runs as of yet. A little on the unlucky side, but honestly very much still within the margin of drop rates. Even comparative to people like on my Twitch team that are like Leggy, who is 300 Sanctums dry on the staff. Still within the margin of drop rates pretty much because it's a 1 in 100 drop, so probably not going to be seeing that, but who knows. We are focusing on is the no-hit run. We have 2 attempts in 110, which is a little unlucky, but again, still within a median example of what you could receive them in, because we estimate the drop rate or the acquisition rate for original scriptures to be roughly 1 in 25 based off of all of our data, so not crazy there. I decided to make a build based off of one of my other teammates' easy trick shots build, which is Stormbrand for doing it. He did his multiple times successfully with Stormbrand, so I figured, hey, I'll follow along. My gear is not as good as his, and my clusters aren't as good as his, but it should be fine. There is some things you could do when it comes to spawning this. You can run the bulk of your Sanctums in tier 8s and the final Sanctum in a tier 16 for the boss fight, and it greatly reduces the life points of the final boss. That being said, at level 75, I still currently have multiple millions of DPS. Now, obviously this build is basically glass cannon. Just to briefly go over what it is, and I leveled with just Spark and then Stormbrand the entire way. Whatever damaging things I have. This is pretty much my final setup, so I'll probably change my gloves because I don't need explosions when I'm in the Sanctum. There's not much to explode, but we just have everything's just damage, and the gist of it is I'm doing Stormbrand with half my damage being converted to cold, and that cold being gained as extra fire for Heat Shiver, large portion of elemental scaling from Taming, additional levels from Ash of the Stars, triple damage from Annihilating Light, and because I'm an Inquisitor, I want to ignore as much res as possible on crits, and my crit rate to be as high as possible. Currently my base crit rate is 57% with a multi of around 400. My tree basically looks like nothing but crit damage or effects And that's about it. You know, we have take advantage of the staff nodes because we are using a staff to get extra crit and crit multi. We have the brand nodes as well because attachment range is extremely powerful in the Sanctum. I can place, you know, these over here and they'll jet to something over there. But yeah, so the process is we're still leveling currently. So just to show you briefly what it looks like to level with this build and to DPS with it, I could do that. My res, because I'm glass cannoning, is currently, even with the staff, not good. And I'm probably going to have to swap on some better gear for leveling still, but so far it's not been much of an issue. My damage is, again, so good that it doesn't really make much of a difference. I've died. But yeah, I'm going to have to just briefly put on some actual gear and maybe change my setups and get res caps and some life just for leveling. So I want to get to, like, we'll say 85 or 90, I think should be plenty to do the no-hit run. Again, I don't have much for clusters past what I'm currently using, so it's not as if I have a lot more place to put my levels, even if I wanted to. And when you're doing the original scripture run, the thing is you have 1 inspiration, 1 resolve. If anything hits you, you're dead. The reason I'm using a stone golem is because he's a good detective to see what's around the corners. Another thing that's really useful is SRS. You can just bring an unlinked one and it'll just investigate for you. So you'll see all that as I go through it. But yeah, I'll be leveling this character to roughly 85, 90, doing Uber Lab, then we're just going to fucking wang it and send it. So like as I'm leveling, I realized I had a 83 Mastermind up. I'm level 79 with like, obviously my gems aren't, you know, whatever. Just want to show you like a DPS kind of check. I pretty much insta-phased her in the first phases, and I'm, you know, obviously full glass cannon. So just for context what it looks like when I do this. She gets phased pretty fast, but it's just for, like, I think if I could do this, I could probably do Sanctum right now, but I just want to get more damage. I want like 1 tick and it's like phased. That's the goal, right? Okay. Can't have inspiration. Max resolve is 1. How much revenue Sanctum ends? Sure. I have no idea. The build I've been playing to do Sanctums with is hyper tanking, ends up with 1,000 inspiration after like the 3rd room. So I pretty much just typically don't play, you know, keep away. 1 resolve, huh? This is going to be so fucky because I literally do not know how to avoid their mechanics because I've never had to avoid their mechanics. Maybe just play hyper aggressive and it'll all just work itself out in the end. I think he got a shot off actually before he died. Not sure. Oh! There you go. Fucking failed instantly. I didn't even see him over there. Oh shit. Well, there you go. That's what to expect. Dinky little arrow from the red archer is probably the move that comes out. Ender types that in chat. 5 seconds later. Literally happens. Probably just play slower. Is that all there is to it? Maybe I should do it with SRS instead. Oh, let's just abandon what I've been doing and swap builds. Back to my main build? Okay, sure. Why not? You know, YOLO. That's what chat wants. We will toss away our past 10 hours of effort for this meme. Ooh. It flicker strike to me. That could have been it. I failed the first run to brand character, so I figured I'd try a different character. They're attacking something. Something has died. I mean, I'll probably just get off-screen by another bow character, like I did last time. Okay. Well, there you go. Room 1 done. Progress made. I don't even know what the room types are. I don't have them remembered. Like, I did hundreds of Sanctums, but it's just all a blur because I try to block out as much of this league as possible as I've been doing it. Something's over there. Ooh! Hello, Mr. Red Archer. Did I do some practice on no-hit run? No. Not at all. I have done the practice of running 100 Sanctums. Probably shouldn't take these fight rooms, huh, right? Still alive somehow. Wonder how big the radius of that explosion is, realistically. Uh-oh. Woo! How far can I get with these just very poor decisions I've been making? I see the red archer looking at me over there. Free real estate. Woo! Oh! Flicker strikes! Oh no! Oh, I didn't even see him before he's already on top of me. Alright, there's that. Back to regular Sanctum grinding. Nope. And shit. Alright, do I get the staff? Nope. Come on, staff. Nope. No staff. Again, no face here? Nope. Come on. There we go. Just drop it. Horse shit, everybody says. Nope. No staff. Nope. Shit. Nope. Oh boy. This is Sanctum number 112. Last one. Nope. 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 Coming off the end of Sanctum, pretty much failing on both our no-hit run, which we really didn't prepare for as far as strategy, and failing our 112 plus actual Sanctum runs to get the Winds of Fate staff, which I don't believe has been actually added to the tab yet. Going back a bit, I did just want to add, this was our spread for no-hit runs that we received amongst the group in Sanctum. So everyone on team +1 basically got this amount of attempts. And it ended up the average for our group, which probably is the actual average, is roughly a 1 in 25 to receive one original sin attempt. Those will be added to the game eventually, the Sanctum uniques, but for now they won't be drop enabled. So both the ring and the staff will most likely make it to the core at one point, but for now, much like when Ultimatum ended, they are in limbo, and much like Ultimatum, came back in a different way. Back to the here are the items that we did get from the merge, and I'll just share that clip right now. We have a couple new uniques going in here also. This is kind of fun. That's new, that's new, that's new, that's new. And this was a placeholder because I took it out from somewhere else. But I gotta bring a couple more over. But those are the main ones I think I had. So in total we got like 6 or 7 uniques added in. Let's actually just briefly go over which ones we got. Some of them are interesting, some of them are basically just turds. Doji's Tongue, kind of a turd at the moment, but I guess it's okay for starting out. Wilma's Requital, pretty cool for attack elemental totem builds. Very niche, but very interesting. Balance of Terror, we have a couple of these different permutations. I think we have like 8 or 9. Very nice for certain manual cursing. Huge damage for the LE weak one. Sandstorm Visage, very also nice unique. Great helmet when it comes to crit casters. Gives you huge amounts of base crit. So very nice one there. Eternal Damnation's probably the actual best unique to come out of Sanctum. This amulet gives you insane amounts of defensive mitigation, especially when paired with things like Lore Weave, which is kind of a niche unique that is not used too much, but Eternal Damnation gives you mass amounts of damage for its value. Sorry, mitigation, not damage, mitigation. I wanted to highlight an elegant solution I came up with to an existing problem I have. And that problem is I still am missing certain uniques. Now I'm in standard. Leagues have merged. Sanctum is over. Waiting for Crucible to begin. And I have, every now and then I get an hour or two of downtime. And this even happens during League where I want to progress uniques I'm missing. So on screen I'm going to show you something fun that we came up with. This is a list of all the uniques I'm missing in game. There's really not that many. It's like 28 or 25 or something. What I do now is if I have a spare hour, or just really every other day, I pretty much spin this wheel to tell me what I'm going to be dictating. So like yesterday I got Faith Guard, which is the base game, well not base game, it's the expedition unique that spawns in maps. So to farm that, I was just magic finding, because that's the best way to get it. So there's really nothing more than just MFing to find it. So I would put my, I have my MF build, which I made, which is good to have in standard anyway. And I've got, it's a combination of a lot of things I have. This is like a Wind Ripper we made in Kalandra. I've got a Sadima's Touch from Scourge League, and just the best magic find stuff we have to offer in Mage Blood. And I pretty much will just run in, and I'll kind of spend an hour just nickel and diming progress towards the goal, which was getting a Faith Guard helmet. And this drops off of Expedition mobs, full stop. Most notably, drops off of them in maps, because the logbooks typically don't really drop that many uniques, and the amount of mobs you face is pretty shit in general. Now at the same time I'm doing this, I'm technically MFing, so I can get uniques I'm missing, so that's why it's kind of better to do it in maps full stop. I could also add Reliquary Scarabs, which I did. It just makes the whole process a little bit nice. So I've just been doing this for a little bit, I think I did like 15, 20 maps. Haven't hit a exhibition unique yet, let alone the one I want. But that's to be expected. I have like 550, 600 IQ, rarity and about 70, 80 quantity. So pretty good gear, pretty good situation using Tornado Shot just like we did previously. And it's been working pretty okay. Hopefully I'll get my unique soon in one of these attempts. But the whole point is like, I'm just sending little sends, right? So like little amounts of effort put forth. And then, you know, once I finish my hour, I just hop off and, go back to life as we know it. So say like I finished my hour here, right? What we do is we would break out the wheel, spin it again. Let's see what we hit here. And we get Mother's Embrace. Okay. Mother's Embrace is a good example. So say I got that, and that's what I'm doing for the next hour. So Mother's Embrace is a metamorph unique, so I'm farming metamorphs. All that matters for farming metamorphs is going to be polished metamorph scarabs. It's the best you can use, so I take out a couple of those. And I'm going to have to... I want to do city squares. That's the best map to run for that. So I can just type in city here, and we could look for any city squares we have in tabs. So 14 city squares. I'll probably just run these. These should take an hour. And I will also need to change my atlas accordingly. This is the only big annoying part is changing your atlas constantly. But I have 5,000 regrets. So every hour, if I want to change my atlas 50, 60 points, it's like not a big deal at all. They're 1-to-1. So I can just pop in here and change it as much as I'd like so I can go do my activity. I do wish we had like profiles, for this sort of thing. Some way of changing trees comfortably, but this is what we got. I have all my metamorph nodes on, so I'm now going to craft my maps and hop on in. I don't really have to craft them, but there's kind of reason not to craft them, so put our scarabs in, and we're running. So now we're going to be metamorphing, and I'm going to go get some organs. City Square is a great map because you get the boss sets that are 2 chunky boss sets, so it's 3 bosses. Sometimes they're doubled even, which is nice, but yeah, it's a good array of enemies to fight. The map can have rogue metamorphs, and they can technically drop organs, although it's not likely, so. And here's the bosses. They are pretty lethal, so just be careful. But 3 hearts and 3 lungs. There we go. I could do this setup every 5 minutes, and then I just, see if I get a metamorph set. And it's good. You could also check, like I can see I'm missing livers. So we'll run another one here. The next one I run, if I see livers at the end result, I'll make sure to prioritize doing that. Livers. I need livers. All right, we got some livers, and then brains and hearts. So for livers, if you want a specific one, just make sure it's the only unique one in that set. Otherwise, you'll compromise losing them to a different one. Not sure if I need brains or hearts. I'll just put both in. I'll get one or the other. Oop. All right, so then I get all my organs, and I head over to Tains. That's aspirants. Fucking what? Aspirants, and then I assemble my beast. And obviously, our track record with Metamorph is, what is the word? I believe the French call it le dog shit. So, most likely we won't get it. But because we're missing just one unique, it's even worse. It's like we're saying the metamorph drop rate for me is 1 in 900. Granted, it probably is closer to 1 in 50. So the odds of me getting Mother's Embracer is incredibly slow, let alone any metamorph unique. But I would pretty much just sit here and run whatever I have at the end of the hour, and I could probably farm out pretty comfortably. I would say 20 metamorphs within an hour, or close to it if I was booking it. So realistically, it's not too bad. It's just a matter of having to realize what components you're missing and target farm those to the best of your ability. I thought I got something, shit dropped I did. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You'll see the wheel time segment at least once an episode. We spend a chunk of time doing some sort of activity in standard, or if in league, if it's applicable, where I am focusing on something represented by the wheel. So depending on what it is, every time we do it, we'll spend a good chunk of time doing that thing, like an hour and change, and hopefully make some progress. And it's very disappointing sometimes when you get things like, for example, Progenesis, which is Uber Maven, and my hour might be spent farming out Maven Writs rather than actually running it. But any progress is good progress when we're down to such a small amount of unique. All right, so we got a couple uniques. We've, yet again, received more uniques this league than has been introduced, although that number does typically go down. As long as we're either netting positive or going +1, which is the goal, right? Then we're always in the right. That's still been happening. We're only down to 3 base game uniques, all being incredibly rare, the most common being Anathema Ring, semi-common, Squire, not at all common, Calandra's Touch, not at all common. So we'll keep plugging away at that, and we look forward to Crucible League to see what new things are on the horizon. We have some strategies in place, like we discussed and showed earlier, for spinning the wheel occasionally to work on some standard projects, and we'll start plugging at those things at a time. We do have lots of resources to go through for Uber bosses, so there's no shortage of goodies to be had. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and I will see you guys in the next one for the beginning and launch of Crucible League. Bye-bye.
Hey Muffin,
Congrats.
Congrats.
I think you might need help.
Oh,
With what?
Muffin,
D's.
seek help from D's.
Seek less.
Seek the seed of D.
Hey, Muffin.
Hmm?
Say seek.
Seek?
What's that thing where it's like rain, but like balls of ice?
Hail? Oh my.
Oh,
Oh my.
oh my God, Muffin!
I'm
Muffin!
gonna just hold on. I'm gonna go read.
Damn.
Hear me.
Turns out
Muffin!
you can lead a retard to water.
Muffin,
Well,
go,
according
Like,
to that, he's
did I
gonna
do good?
blackmail you.
Muffin, go not rope.
This is the thing. This is the thing, man. When I'm right, I'm wrong. You see what I'm saying? Like I'll be right back.
Let me just stop.
He's
No,
banished
I'll just,
himself
I'll
to
just-
Shadow Realm.
I'll just stop the recording there.